There we go. Welcome back to Trip Off Sports Talk. I'm Josh. It's Bryce. It's Roy over there in the corner. Roy, we get to see you this weekend, don't we?
Oh yeah, I'll be in town this weekend. I guess
We'll
I
be in
forget
town
about
this weekend.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I got a surprise for the guests that do listen. Roy and Bryce and myself will be doing an extra video, and I'll be posting it on TikTok this week. We're gonna do guess a player. We're each guessing one player. Okay, so you got a couple days to think. Roy will do it sometime when you're in town. We don't have to be in person, but like hop on. It should only take like 20 minutes. We're gonna post it on TikTok, and we're gonna go viral.
Okay.
Okay. Pod 68? 68? Wow, I'm all the way at the bottom. 68. I was right. NL West. NL West. Didn't change it. AL West. AL West. Let's jump right into it. You guys don't have anything to say beforehand, do we?
No, just can't wait.
All right, let's do it. Angels, 5th place last season. Mike Trout played for a month, didn't play the rest. And who's their third baseman?
Well, I mean, that's
Anthony Rendon hasn't played baseball in 6 years. That's what I was trying to think of.
I mean, he hasn't played forever.
No, and I believe he's done. Starting lineup: Taylor Ward left, Luis Rengifo at second, Mike Trout moving to right field full time, Jorge Soler at DH hitting fourth, Nolan Shanuel first baseman, catching Logan O'Hoppe, third base they signed Yohan Moncada, center field Joe Adell, still only 25 years old, and at shortstop Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
On the bench, Travis d'Arnaud, J.D. Davis, Yankee legend, as Roy knows, Mickey Moniak, and Kevin Newman. Rotation, big offseason addition, Yusei Kikuchi, Jose Siriano, Tyler Anderson, Cubs legend Kyle Hendricks, and Reed Detmers. In the bullpen, Kenley Jansen, Ben Joyce, who throws 105 miles an hour, Brock Burke. Don't know the rest. 2024 record 63-99, one loss short of 100. Key losses: they lose Patrick Sandoval, who I believe was their lone All-Star last year, goes to Boston. Their additions: they had Kenley Jansen from Boston, Yohan Moncada from the White Sox, Kikuchi from the Blue Jays / Astros. It's really the Astros. And catcher Travis d'Arnaud from Atlanta. I'll go first. It's a piss poor team, probably one of the worst ran organizations in baseball, general manager wise. I will give them the fact they always spend the money and try, but man, do they fail every time. I just feel so bad for Mike Trout. I wish he would request a trade, but he's not that type of guy. He got paid and he's gonna do his time there. Really bad team. They did add, pieces like Kenley Jansen, Travis d'Arnaud, Yohan Moncada, Tim Anderson. I don't hate that for a team that's terrible, because what's the worst they do? They're terrible and then they're gone the next year. At least if one of them has a good year, you can flip them. So I do like in that regard. But yeah, this is a really, really bad team in my opinion. And yeah, I just don't see a lot.
I agree. I mean, in this division, which I don't think is like one of the best divisions in baseball, you took some flyers on. I mean, Soler wasn't bad last year, so he's got a bat now. He goes through streaks. I mean, you got Taylor Ward. They're starting to get some age on some of these guys that were supposed to be pretty good. Moncada, he was supposed to be this breakout guy, and just like anybody, those Cuban guys.
Trade.
But the pitching staff, Kyle Hendricks will do all right out there. I mean, I think that'll help. And then this team just did. I mean, they didn't. If Mike Trout can stay healthy for at least half the season, I think they'll be better than last year. But I mean, they're in a division that's not great, so they should be okay.
Yeah, this organization just ran like shit. They wasted all of Mike Trout's career and wasted most of Shohei Ohtani's, so I don't have a ton to say about him. Besides, they got the GOAT, Kyle Hendricks, on their team, the professor.
I can just say this. I went to a game last year, and there was nobody there, so that stadium is not nice. It's okay. I mean, it's not one of the worst ones I've been. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible, I say. But there's nobody there. I mean, we sat in right field bleachers for cheap, and nobody around us. So it is it's okay. It's not. I mean, it's just like it's. You can tell it's the little brother of Dodgers.
I wish when you say cheap, what was cheap? You know, a couple.
Oh, I would say $15 a ticket.
Man, what? $15 to go watch Mike Trout every other night?
Well, he
That's
wasn't
not-
there. He was hurt.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
there was
he was
nobody
gone.
there.
That's true. Yeah, they.
I mean,
Really
it was
did.
bad. I mean, there was.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet there was 3,000 people there total. I mean, it was bad.
That's Oakland sellout or A's at this point. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Let's move it on to the Athletics. Bryce.
All right. First, I just want to say, Josh, your mic is like buzzing or something. It sounds not great. Say something.
Yep.
Yeah, you sound fine now. It like sounds like a robot every once in a while.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the Athletics. Their record was 69-93. I didn't look at this. I cannot believe the Athletics ended up finishing higher than the Angels. I did not know that. No key losses, and their key adds are Luis Severino from the Mets and Jeffrey Springs from.
You really
the
put that
Rays.
as a key addition. Come
Had to.
on, Josh.
I mean, to be fair, I had to put Luis Severino. It's the largest contract in A's history.
I don't give a
Ever.
shit. Fuck him.
All right, their starting lineup looks like Lawrence Butler leading off, Brent Rooker, J.J. Bleday, Shea Langoliers, Tyler Soderstrom, Zach Geloff, Seth Brown, Gio Ursula, and Jacob Wilson. With their starting pitch-up line looking like Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs, J.P. Spears, Osvaldo Bido, Mitch Spence. I don't know much in the bullpen besides Mason Miller was an elite closer.
Yankee
last
legend
year.
Tyler Ferguson.
Never heard of him.
Never mind. Wrong guy.
I was gonna say I never heard of that guy.
Damn it. I saw Ferguson. Thought it was the same one.
I'll talk a little bit about the A's. This team sucks. I mean, they are one of the worst teams in the league. They just always get good players and they trade them off. The organization sucks. I mean, I've never seen a team have what do they call it? Opposite protest or something like that, reverse protest, where they all flooded the stadium so they could sell the team, and they're still just going to move. Hopefully, once the move happens, this team will be better, but right now their stadium is literally in the middle of the ghetto. You can't, it's a horrible, dangerous area. You can't even get to the game without, going through barbed wire fence and stuff, so they got to move. Huh?
They're in
Where?
Sacramento now.
They're not in Oakland anymore.
I thought they were in Oakland last season.
No, they're in Sacramento.
Last year was it. They're in
Stadium.
Sacramento.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Now that they moved, maybe they'll be better.
Oh,
Yeah. No, this team will be crap this year. I mean, when Luis Severino is your ace, probably, we as a Yankee fan, we know there's nothing there anymore. He's lost his mentally and his arm. So this team does have some young guys that are good. Mason Miller, I think, obviously they're and Brent Rooker. I mean, I think he's a good. They got some Paul players. They're riding out till they finally get to Vegas. And then you're going to see this team just revamped, and they're probably going to start spending some money to get the people to come to Vegas, and the owner will be flowing in cash. So and then they'll probably turn into the freaking Dodgers, another Dodger team, buying everybody or trying to pay for any astronomical number for everything. But no, this team, they did better last year because some of these guys actually performed better than what they were supposed to. This year, I don't see it. I mean, I think you're gonna. I mean, I can see Brent Rooker having a good year, but I think at the deadline they may move some guys just to get some prospects, and so then when it's time to get to Vegas, they could trade those players for free for better players, and I think that's what I think they're going to see some wheeling dealing maybe. But that's what the A's have been. They've been a minor league team for everybody else.
Yeah,
another year of it.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I really hope that, once they get to Vegas, they spend some money. I mean, they spent some money this offseason. Let's be real. They did pay Luis Severino a little bit. They paid Brent Rooker a little bit. So they're definitely paying more than they have been. So I'll give them that. I
think they did that just to piss off the Oakland fans.
Yeah, probably. I'm not disagreeing. But like Roy said last year, they finished above the Angels because they did have some of their young players actually play well. Lawrence Butler, I had never heard of him before last year. He played really well last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's projected to have over a 3.3 WAR. I know you guys aren't crazy baseball nerds like that, but that's a good season.
I mean, that's a good WAR.
Brent Rooker projected over 3. J.J. Bleday, I mean, if you look at their 2 through 5, first round pick, first round pick, first round pick, first round pick. So I mean, it's just a bunch of young guys, like young players. They're not all young of age, but young of talent. I mean, some of these guys, if they just play well, man, you're looking at a future like competent roster. But it's one of those they have to develop and they have to play well. You know,
Yep.
last year some of them played well, some of them need to play even better. You know, it's one of those, and we'll see if they do that. I definitely like this team more than the Angels. I'm going to be honest, but the bullpen to me is pretty bad outside of Mason Miller, and it's great to have a closer that can throw 100 something. You got to have a closing situation. So, but we'll see. You know, I like I think Oakland, or at the time was Oakland. I feel like they've drafted pretty well. It's just to see if they can, you know, get these players to perform at the major league level.
Yeah.
Third place, Rangers, former World Series champion coming into last year, kind of fell flat, hit that World Series hangover, 78-84. I'll go over the lineup real quick. Marcus Semien at second, Corey Seager at short, Wyatt Langford in left, Big Cock Jock at DH, Adolis Garcia in right, Josh Jung at third base, Evan Carter in center, Jake Berger at first, Jonah Heim catching, with Higgy the home run stroker at backup catcher, Leody Taveras, Ezekiel Duran, and Josh Smith. Rotation of Nathan Eovaldi, a healthy Jacob deGrom for now, John Gray, Tyler Mahle, Cody Bradford. Bullpen, Chris Martin, Robert Garcia, Jacob Welb, Armstrong, Milner, Luke Jackson, and Dane Dunning. Key additions or key losses: Max Scherzer goes to Toronto, Kirby Yates goes to the Dodgers, David Robertson is a free agent, and Nathaniel Lowe goes to the Nationals. Key adds: Big Cock Jock from San Fran, Higgy from the Padres, and Jake Berger from Miami.
I can go first on this one.
Go ahead.
This is a team that went through a combination of things. A lot of injuries through last year, and some underperformance. Like Garcia didn't have a good. This team's got talent. I think you said a hangover from the World Series. I could see a little bit of that, but from some of these guys, injuries really hurt. This team has talent. Year 1 through 6 is pretty dang good, in my opinion. Semien, Seager, Langford, Peterson, and Garcia. I think that's a good lineup that can score some runs. And if you can get, Valdi somehow ever since he left the Yankees has been a freaking pitcher, and I just don't understand it. DeGrom, if you can just get him just to be a guy that can battle for innings, because he's got so much talent.
Oh, yeah.
If he can come back and be good, and Gray's not so bad. They have a team that could really be a top one teams in the AL. It's just, will they perform? That was a lot of them didn't perform very much last year. I think it's gonna be a different story this year. They're starting pitching, as long as that's a little shaky. As long as they can get some performance out of them. But they are a team that the deadline, if they're in it, they'll make some trades. So I think this will be a much better improved team.
Yeah, I really like their lineup. I think it even goes farther past than 6. I think if you go all the way down 1 through 9, they have good at bats every single position. I think the issue is whenever you get into the bullpen and the pitching. I don't think that the starting pitching is going to hold up much outside of DeGrom, and he's getting older. And I don't like the bullpen either. So I think if they want to be a contender, they need to re-sign David Robinson, even though I don't think they will. I see him going to the Cubs a lot. And they have to sign some pitching, I think, if there's any left, and then make trades at the deadline or something for a pitcher, because I just don't trust this pitching room at all.
Yeah, I really agree with what Roy said for the most part. You hit a lot of the key points I said. And you same with you, Bryce. I love this lineup. If I'm being honest, Semien, Seager, Langford, Peterson, Garcia, Jung, Carter, Berger, Heim, there is not an easy out per se in that entire lineup. Yeah. Those are all Major League Baseball players. I really like their bench. Higashioka, Ezekiel Duran, Josh Smith, Leody Taveras, all capable of starting if they needed to. It's a really good lineup and bench. The pitching, yeah, it's really good on paper. Evaldi, DeGrom, it scares me injury wise. Those are real injury prone people. John Gray can barely stay healthy. Maley can barely stay healthy. DeGrom's almost 37 years old. He can barely stay healthy. And I don't love the bullpen. That's the one thing I do not like about this team very much is the bullpen. I mean, they have 35, 34, 33, 30, 38. I mean, this is an old pitching staff. But, man, if they can stay healthy and just pitch like average, man, you would hope that offense, like Roy said, who had down years last year, Seager down year, Simeon down year, Jung was hurt last year. If they can just stay healthy, man, they're going to be good. And they're going to be better than they were last year. I mean, don't get me wrong, 78 and 84 isn't awful. You know, that's not a bad record. So to see improvement, if they can just stay healthy, you would think it's got to come. But yeah,
they'll score more runs than they did last year.
Yeah, or and in any way. But yeah, if that pitching staff can't stay healthy, though, I mean, you're really looking at a bad rotation already. So
yeah,
I see improvement, but man, can they stay healthy? That's the question for the Rangers. Take it away, Bryce.
In second place, we have the Mariners at 85 and 77. Their key losses are Justin Turner to Chicago, relief pitcher Yimi Garcia, and their key addition is Big Bad Rowdy Tellez. Their starting lineup looks like Victor Robles, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Riley, Randy Arozarena, Luke Riley, Mitch Haniger, J.P. Crawford, Jorge Polanco, and Dylan Moore. They have a bench of Mitch Garver, Leo Rivas, Donovan Solano, Dominic Cazone. Their starting pitching looks like Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Bryce Miller, Brian Wu. And their bullpen looks like Carlos Vargas, Gabe Spieria, Eduardo Bazardo. That's a sick name, Edward Bazardo. Taylor Sawagdo, Trent Thornton, Gregory Santos, Colin Snyder, and Andreas Munez. The Mariners, I think that their lineup is very similar to the Rangers that we just talked about, except I think they're probably about 7 or 8 deep, whereas I think that the Rangers are 9 deep. I don't like some of their bottom hitting, but most of this lineup I think is good baseball players that aren't easy outs, like Josh said. And they have some people on the bench that I think can hit as well pretty well. The big thing about this team is the starting pitching. I think we said this last year as well. They have 5 guys that I think could start as an ace for a lot of teams in this league. They are all solid players as long as they can stay healthy this year. I think they might have some issues getting into the bullpen. I do like their closer, but I think that 6th, 7th, 8th inning, I think that's where they might struggle this year.
I mean, I think this team is this year they surprised last year, and to me, I think they're a good team. Their pitching staff is what carried them a lot. That lineup, adding Arozarena, I mean, they've done a good job of mixing young players with some old players. That's the difference between them and the Rangers. Rangers got a lot of older guys. This has got some young. I mean, Rodriguez and Robles, and I mean, they got some young guys to go with the older guys. And that's this team. To me, will those young guys take even a next level? I mean, you got some good guys, young guys playing. They got to take the next level, and these older guys have got to perform. Now that starting lineup or that starting pitching is just, I mean, is really good. I mean, I know they were trying to get rid of Louis, trying to trade Castillo, but I think, I mean, and they may still do it. They're the type of team that would trade at the deadline Luis for 2 good pitchers or 2 guys that are going to help them. That's the kind of team they are. But if you look at their starting pitching, they drafted 4 of the 5 guys, so they know this team knows how to do it. This is a well-run organization. They've tried to get some bigger names in there, but I think the way they've built this team, they're a playoff team and a really good one of the better teams in this division.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking pure, I won't say pure stuff. I'm going to combine health and stuff. They got the best rotation in baseball. I think the Dodgers, stuff-wise, has better stuff or better rotation. But they're very injury-prone. You look at Tyler Glass now. He can't stay healthy. You look at Clayton Kershaw. He can't stay healthy. These people, all 5, are healthy almost at all times. Maybe not Brian Wu, but still. He's 25 years old. Rotation-wise, this was the best rotation last year, and in theory they should only get better. I agree with you, Bryce. I don't love their bullpen outside of their closer Munoz, but this is also a team that's always pitched well. So, and Seattle's a hard ballpark to hit in. I think the bullpen will probably just do better than what I'm looking at. But man, this lineup last year was awful. I mean, it's same players. They
started off the year really good.
Yeah, and then they just could not hit in the summer months, man. And they added a Rosarena, which I thought was a good deal. But man, and he was good. Don't get me wrong. But man, they could not score runs at all. I mean, Logan Gilbert was going out there throwing 7 innings, 2 runs, and they were losing 2-1. Like, bad. I don't personally love their lineup. Julio's so good when he's on, but man, he's gone through real cold streaks at times.
He's 24 years old.
Oh, I agree. I know. I agree. He's definitely not all the way done. Cal Raleigh, career year last year, really good. I like Randy. I don't love their bottom 3 of Crawford, Polanco, and Moore. Polanco was just awful last year. They re-signed him. That offense is going to be the deciding factor of this team, in my opinion. If they can hit and score runs, man, this is their division in theory. But can they do that? I mean, last year they couldn't score a run, and what were they, 85? I can't see it right now, Bryce.
They were
85 and 77. Yeah. And they couldn't score a run. So if that offense can just play, man, you think they have a good shot.
Yep.
But we'll see. And then the first place, Houston Astros last year, who really didn't
Josh's
lead
favorite team.
Yeah. Didn't. To be fair, I think I only have one guy left from this team.
Your favorite, though.
Your favorite, the MVP.
Yeah, my favorite. The biggest
guy that you would get on your knees for.
Yeah, I think he is the only one.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy, though, that he's the only one left?
The MVP.
Yeah. First place Astros, they go 88 and 73. They lose in the wild card to Detroit. Leading off is the cheating bastard at second, third base, and hitting second, Isaac Paredes. DH, Jordan Alvarez. First base, Christian Walker. Catcher, Yenier Diaz. Shortstop, Jeremy Pena. Right field, Chas McCormick. Left, Ben Gamble. Center, Jake Myers. With Brennan Rodgers, non-roster invite on the bench. Rotation, Framer Valdez, Hunter Brown, Ronel Blanco, Spencer Algaretti, Hayden Wisniewski. Closer, Josh Hader, Brian Abreu, Tyler Scott, Brian King, Caleb Ort, Rafael Montero, Forrest Whitley, former number 1 prospect in baseball who turned to be terrible, and Nick Hernandez. Key losses, Justin Verlander, Yusei Kikuchi, Hector Neris, Alex Bregman, and Ryan Presley and Kyle Tucker. Key adds, Christian Walker, Isaac Paredes, Hayden Wisniewski, and I threw in Cam Smith even though he's not on the roster because it is still a key add. I'll go first on the Astros. I like their return for the Tucker trade. I know we have to talk about that first because that is their biggest move of the offseason. I do like their return. Isaac Paredes is only 26 years old. Me and Roy know how good he can be when he pulls the ball to left field. And God, they have the Crawford boxes out there in left. He's going to hit 40. I know he will. Jordan is still probably one of the best power hitters I've ever seen. I like the addition of Christian Walker, but man, the bottom half of this lineup, I don't like at all. I'm sure they'll find a way to cheat with their second baseman, so good for him. I do like their rotation. Valdez, Brown, Blanco, Algaretti. Wisniewski isn't great, in my opinion. Former Yankee and Cub, so I know him. And I don't love their bullpen. This team definitely takes a step back from its previous years. Losing, I mean, you lose. It's just inevitable losing Verlander, Kikuchi, Tucker, Bregman, and Presley. You are just going to take a step back. I don't see them winning 88 games like they did last year. I still think this is a good team, and they could definitely beat you, especially with that top half of the lineup and the good pitching. I think they have good starters, but I don't see them winning 88 games again like they did last year.
I also see them taking a big step back. I think they just lost too many players, and I don't think Isaac Paredes is all that good. I saw him for the Cubs a lot of games. I do like the addition of Christian Walker, however, but I think they have about 3 good players on their lineup. And then I don't like most of their pitching. I actually like Hayden Wisniewski better than you, Josh. I thought he had a great year last year, and it's probably going to be pretty good this year. But then you get into the bullpen as well. I think they have about 3 decent guys, and their closer took a step back last year. Even he was the best closer in baseball 2 years ago, and was not last year. So I think this team is looking. It's looking like it's going to be over on their run of winning the division every year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this team. I mean, even though Kyle Tucker had a bad start of the year, Bregman's kind of struggled a little bit last year. This team, to me, I mean, Mercedes, I think he'll hit a bunch of home runs.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't think he's going to hit much for average, that's the problem. I do like Walker on that team, which is sad. I think he's a pretty good player, but like you said, there's a lot of those players that are young, or they're either young or they're old, and they're just not. They haven't proven themselves to be very good. Now, I'm not a big fan of this starting lineup or this starting pitching. I mean, Blanco had that no hitter or whatever, but overall, I just feel like they're not consistent. That's what we found into. And you saw that, but I mean, they got hot at the end of the year. That's what this team got hot. About July, August, September, even then. That's when Kyle Tucker, some of those Bregman, some of those guys got a little hot. You got the good guys. The problem is their bullpen wasn't very good. That's where it sucked last year a lot. And then they got Hader, and he struggled a little bit, but then they couldn't get to him a bunch of times.
Yeah,
so that's what got him in trouble. Was they just can't get to him. They give up the lead to him before you get in there. But so. I think this team will. I agree with you both. I think they'll take a step back. I think they've relied on some of the stars for so long. Now they got these young guys. Some of these younger guys have got to move up, just like these other, like Tucker and all them. When you had those guys are young, you mixed them with old guys, and then you moved on. So they're just going to have to do it again, and they just hope that it works.
Yeah. All right, that's the division. Let's go over our predictions. Roy, you want to go first?
I'll
go. Huh?
Let me go. Every week, Roy's been going first, and me and him have the same freaking picks.
Go ahead.
I do mine before I get with you guys, so it doesn't affect my ranking.
I'm in 5th place. I'm going to have the Angels staying in 5th. In 4th place, I have the Athletics. In 3rd place, I have the Astros. In 2nd place, I have the Rangers, and I have the Mariners winning the division.
Okay. Roy?
That's what I have. I have the Angels. I have
every week.
I think the only one I'll switch the Angels and the Athletics. I'll put the Athletics last, Angels 4th, Astros, Texas, and then Mariners.
So you'll have A's, Angels, Astros, Rangers, Athletics.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have a tad different. With you, Bryce, I do have the Angels in last. I do have the A's in 4th. I do have the Astros in 3rd. I do have the Mariners in 2nd, and I do have the Rangers bouncing back to win the division. I just like the lineup. I'll just pray that the pitching stays healthy.
Do you have Altuve as MVP? I mean, I'm surprised you didn't have Astros first, since that is your favorite team.
Maybe on our TikTok that we post on opening day doing our projections, we'll have it.
You'll have Altuve MVP?
Maybe.
And your favorite player. You know, what would you do if somebody bought you an Altuve jersey?
I'd ask if they had a cigarette and a lighter so I could light it on fire.
There just may be a jersey with Altuve for you sometime soon.
Shit.
Or a shirt that says I love Altuve.
You know, Judge would be a 3-time MVP if he didn't steal that. How crazy is that? 3 MVPs is quite a bit. All right, that is our ranking. Roy or Bryce, do you want to do our game?
Yep.
All right.
Starting off, we need a starting pitcher out of this division.
Oh.
We'll get some good ones here.
I mean, I like Logan Gilbert.
I really think it's a toss between 2 people.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what.
I mean, if it was younger, it would be DeGrom in a heartbeat. But
yeah,
I mean, you're talking starting pitcher. I mean, I know. Josh really wants Severino, but
no, I actually don't have Gilbert. To me, it's between. If you're not counting DeGrom because he's just so old at this point,
yeah.
I'm between 2 people, and mine actually is not Gilbert.
So I Logan Gilbert's my favorite.
Castillo.
Well, mine's the one under him. Mine's George Kirby. So I think George Kirby's nasty. But so a Mariner. How about that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say somebody from the Mariners because I would also take Bryce Miller or Brian Wu over any other pitcher of any team.
I mean, I like Kikuchi.
I would take Hunter Brown for the Astros. He's pretty good, and so is Val.
Maybe Blanco. For the
Brown's
Astros.
probably the best of the Astros group.
Who?
Brown. If you were taking an Astro, he would be
Brown
the best.
and Valdez.
Then we need a closer.
Mason Miller.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking that, but yeah.
It's him or Hader, without a doubt.
Yeah. First base.
Probably for me, Christian Walker.
Probably, yeah. That's probably the best one of the group.
I was also leaning towards Christian Walker as well. Second base.
Don't you dare. I actually don't think this one's close. I do think it's Marcus Semien.
I also think it is Jose Altuve, Roy.
Unbelievable.
No, I think it's Simeon's better,
It's
but I
Semien.
wanted to say Altuve just to give give Josh his
obviously
favorite player.
I'm going to cut that. So I'm going to say Semien. We're going to go right to the next position.
Shortstop. I think this one's also
Corey
pretty
Seager.
easy.
Seager.
Yeah, Corey Seager.
God, he's good.
Third base.
This one, this one's definitely the hardest one.
I figure you go your Sherla. Gio.
Dude, I loved Gio for the Yankees. He was so good.
Um,
Tell you what, mine's Isaac Paredes. It really is.
I'm taking Josh Jung.
Yeah, I mean, he's good, but I know you only watch Isaac Paredes as a Cub. He hit like 90% of his home runs for the Rays to left field, and that's where the wind usually blows in from Wrigley's left field, and that's why I never understood why they traded for him. Left field is the shortest ball. Houston is the shortest ballpark to left field.
Yeah.
Other than the Monster, might be close, but then you have to get it over it. He's
I'll
going to
take
hit
either one. I don't get either one of those. You guys said it's fine.
I
They're
take
not.
Paredes though.
Moving on to catcher.
Ooh. Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, probably.
He was good last year.
I do like
Was he the
Jonah
number
Heim
one?
too, though, but
Ranked, man, he's projected a 5 WAR. That's wild.
yeah, I think it has to be Cal Raleigh. I do
I
like
do.
Jonah Heim as well, though.
Yeah, he was good last year. That's why.
We need 3 outfielders.
Well, I mean, if Mike Trout's healthy, you take Mike Trout.
Yeah, because even when Mike Trout has been hurt, he's been really good while he's healthy. So I agree. I do say Mike Trout.
I think Arozarena's got to be one as well.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I put Julio in over him.
I'd take Jordan.
I like
Alvarez.
Julio Rodriguez. I mean,
No, Jordan's a DH.
Oh, he's
now.
DHing. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I tell you what, I don't think Randy makes mine.
I like Garcia if he's better than he was last year.
Dude,
But
Wyatt
Dude, I might
Langford
put him-
actually played really well last year.
I like Langford too. Wyatt
that's who
Langford.
I think I'm taking is Langford.
I like Langford. I think he'd be a good ball.
I mean, he was 22 years old last year playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd take Langford.
So what are the 3 we picked? Trout, Langford.
I'd say
And I took
Rodriguez.
Julio.
Yeah, Julio. I think that's probably the right 3.
And
And
then
then
DH.
Yeah, Jordan.
Not Big Cock.
No, I don't know if you guys remember that walk off that Jordan hit like 2 years ago in the playoffs. That thing I thought was literally his Jupiter.
Yeah,
dude. When he gets it, he crushes them.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
All right.
All right, college basketball, Roy.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Oh, we can skip it.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, we're down to the final 2 weeks, this week and next week, and it's college basketball's it, and it's to tournament time, conference tournaments, and how things going. For our 3 teams, Tennessee is top 10, doing pretty well. I think they're going to finish 3rd in the SEC. Last time I looked.
I can check. I got it right here.
And then I mean, I guess I could looked it up. I'm just
Right now they're 4th.
4th.
They're a game behind Florida. They're 2 behind Alabama, and Auburn will probably win it.
Yeah, Auburn's a pretty dang good team.
Yeah.
And then you got Illinois, who finally got another win last night. I think they're finally getting a little healthy, but that losing Johnson is really going to hurt them.
They also lost to Duke. Worst loss in program history, 46 points.
Yeah, watch it. When you go 1 for 23,
2 for 27 from 3.
2 for 27, 3 points. That's
crazy.
And the game before that, you just went 7 for 29. So it's not like you just got hot last night.
So I give Brad Underwood credit. They played Iowa, which they should have beat Iowa, and they did. They took care of Iowa.
Mhm.
Iowa's not very good. Completely changed the rotation. Just, there's a few guys who are 3-point shooters, and they can't make a 3. They didn't play. They sat the bench played like 4 minutes. That's good coaching at that point.
No,
Henry Buell team shoots better than that.
And as bad as they've played, I don't think Illinois has a shot at winning the tournament, but they could definitely play well enough to knock a team off. Maybe I'd be shocked if they won the second one, but get those young guys playing. They're going to lose KJ and Will Riley, if I had to guess, to the NBA draft. But yeah, losing Johnson hurt. But
and then you got my team, Michigan, who's tied for the top of the Big Ten right now. Not shooting real well. Our guards have just went from being 30% 3-point shooters to last several games they're shooting about 20% or lower. It's just not been. I don't know if fatigue's starting to get into them or what. It's not been pretty. We're just lucky that our defense has improved. It's just and we can rebound. We got a big one tomorrow.
You play 2 7-footers. I'd hope you rebound.
Yeah. I mean, Golden's not a great rebounder. Wolf's a really good rebounder, though. I mean, he's double every night. But Sunday's the big game. Illinois, Michigan, Sunday at 2:30 or something. Right in the middle of freaking drill. So as usual. But can't wait. This got a couple more games, and then we'll see if Michigan can win the Big Ten title, and then it's off the conference tournament, and then our NCAA pick. Are you gonna bring your boys back for the NCAA pick?
I already asked them. They said yes. And they're the best 2 people to get that I know of. I'm not saying you guys don't have any, but for that I know, they watch 100+ college basketball games a season easily, without a doubt. So,
maybe we can bring Reed Miller on there too. He watches a ton of basketball.
I don't mind.
Got nothing better to do in basketball. He's freaking hurt.
Yeah,
the March Madness will be a separate episode. It won't be on a regular podcast.
We'll figure it out. We'll get to that point where we get to it. All right, that's all I got for college basketball.
All right. I just think we got our games right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go first because mine should be short and sweet. Close that. There's your guys'.
Oh boy.
Now it says most recent 40 home run season by MLB team.
It's players.
Like the Yankees have 2 from last year, so a couple of them do have 2, but again, this is last year. Trying to get your guys' knowledge on this past season before we rock in. Can you guys see that? Is that big enough?
Yeah, I can see it.
So, yeah, Arizona 2009 played third base. This was his number. He got 5 minutes. There's 34 teams. I did this. Hold on. I'll tell you what I got. I did this today. I got a 27 out of 34. So let me get this ready. Okay. And I am ready on you guys.
Matt Olson.
Judge.
Austin Riley.
No.
Dunez. Or, not Dunez.
Acuna.
Who?
Acuna.
How about 20? Boston. David Ortiz.
No.
Boston 2018?
Nope.
JD Martinez.
Wow.
Who's your 2005 Cub?
I have no idea. Who that
Rizzo.
is.
Nope.
No.
Derek Lee.
I mean, that wouldn't be like Sosa back then. Wow.
I cannot believe you got that.
Yeah.
I know my stuff.
guys are on the
Obviously
clock.
Soto.
Yeah, Soto.
Harper. Pete Alonso, yeah. Schwarber.
Wow.
Schwarber. Garcia down there for Texas.
Wrong.
Oh. Oh, Texas 20. How
Wouldn't be
about
like Matt Carpenter, would it?
Nope.
Vlad Guerrero Jr.?
Give me Miggy.
Is Ozuna the Atlanta 2023?
That's exactly what I was going to guess, but I thought it might be stupid.
No stupid guesses in this game.
Yeah.
How about Arenado for Colorado? Otani.
Yeah, he's two of them. I just thought about that. Perez.
Bregman.
Jordan. Oh. Let's see.
3 minutes.
I should know that one.
Schwartz. Machado.
Nope.
Yelich.
Good one. Bonds. San Francisco.
Damn.
2010. Pujols.
Yeah, that I cannot believe I forgot him.
Shortstop for San Diego. 2021.
Bo Bichette.
Nope.
Biggie.
Miggy.
Big or Biggio. I don't know.
Oh,
what
no.
second baseman.
No.
You named somebody. DH. Tommy.
Nope.
1973 Pittsburgh.
Clement for 73.
Nope. I can't believe you guys haven't gotten the Miami.
Oh,
one.
it's Stanton. I forgot he was the one.
Bryce, you should get the San Diego one.
Shortstop.
Pena for Tampa.
Nope. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Toronto second baseman.
You guys need 5 more to tie me.
Shortstop. I don't know that shortstop. I don't know why I would get that one.
2019.
Can't think of who that would be.
Minnesota for 2019. It wouldn't be.
This person and Seattle's is the same person. I'll give you a hint.
For
Who?
which one and which one?
Minnesota and Seattle are both the same person.
A DH.
Hanger? Or-
Oh, I know who it is. I can't think of his name. Gosh, he's on everybody's bench on the show.
Yep.
Fuck, what's his name? All he does is hit home runs. He's played on 100 different teams.
Yep. You
Gosh,
guys give
he's
up?
been on every team, Roy. Who is that guy?
Been on every team.
Yeah, he's just on the bench on every team, and all he does is hit home runs at DH.
I'll give you guys a hint on the guy, the Minnesota Seattle guy. His very first time in his career that he got known, he was in a famous play that is on the wrong end for him.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
It's gonna piss me
It
off.
won't help you, but well, I
Yeah.
did beat you guys.
Give up.
Frank Thomas, put him on there.
No.
I know who it is. It's gonna piss me off when I see it. Nelson Cruz. Yep,
Oh,
I can
shit.
see his face in my head. I couldn't think of his name.
Those are your
After
answers.
top
Fernando
favorite.
played shortstop.
Yeah, that's where he played his whole career until he moved to right last year.
I wasn't thinking him at all. Willie Stiegel. I went.
Joey
Yeah,
Gallo. Damn it.
I would never got Gallo. I was thinking of 2018-13. I couldn't think of who it was.
I
Marcus
missed
Simeon. Gosh, I forgot he was a.
7
OJ.
of them. You guys got 2 of the 7 I missed. I didn't get Pena and I didn't get Lee. I did get Chris Davis. I did get Santander. I did get Suarez, Simeon, Cruz, and
I can't believe
Tatis.
we missed Cruz. I could see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
never-
the play I was talking about for Nelson Cruz was Freeze's drive to right, and it blanked off his head while he was still in right field early in his career. All right. That's all I got.
So it's just me.
Roy?
All right. So since it's baseball season, I don't know if you. I said let's give us our top 5 baseball movie characters that you would. Who do you want to be your top 5?
Oh, I have a top 5, and then Bryce has a top 5. Or are we doing?
Yeah,
like
I was just saying. Or we can do however you want. You can.
That's how I.
We can do a draft, or we can. Yeah, that's fine. We can do a draft. I was just saying your top 5.
Bryce, you had the same idea, didn't you?
Yeah, I figured it was a draft.
Okay. Let's do it that way. Because I didn't build a top.
Can
5.
I go first?
I mean,
I really don't care.
I'm nervous my guys are going to get picked because I don't have a ton of movies to play.
I mean, I got a bunch, so.
My first overall pick is going to be Kenny Powers.
That's not who I thought you were going to take.
Whatever. God.
What a stud. Eastbound and Down, baby.
You can go ahead, Josh, and I'll go.
I'll take the Wild Thing.
You can have Ricky Vaughn.
Ricky Vaughn, Charlie Sheen.
I want Roy Hobbs, The Natural. Love that movie.
Never heard of it.
Oh, God.
It's on my list. I've never seen that or heard of that movie.
The Natural?
Never
How
heard
the
of it.
fuck have you never heard of that? God, you fucking idiots.
I mean, that movie was made before my parents were born, I think.
And The Natural was built, it was like in the 80s.
It looks like it was made in the.
It has to deal with players back then, but Robert Redford was old in it.
Okay.
All right. My second one would be Crash Davis. Love that movie. Bull Durham.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
Oh,
I know that movie. I don't know the character, but I know the movie.
Oh, God.
I think it's Josh again.
I don't know the Smalls, the catcher from the Sandlot.
Damn it! That's not Smalls.
What's his name?
Oh,
Hamilton Ham Porter.
Ham, that's it. I'm taking him.
I cannot believe that was my next pick.
Gosh.
Fucker.
I can pretty much do whatever I want since you guys don't know half these guys.
Well, now I got 2 back-to-back picks. I'm gonna take Howie from the Benchwarmers, the guy that
I
eats
didn't even think of
sunscreen in the
Benchwarmers.
closet.
That's a wild character choosing that movie. That's wild.
And I'm also gonna take Clark, the guy that had to duct tape the bat to his hand.
I didn't even think of that movie.
I mean, I really thought you guys were going to do some like good movie
I'm
guys.
going Henry Rotengardner.
Fuck, you can have that guy.
I love that movie. That's
What movie is
I
that?
can't believe Bryce. I can't believe that's Bryce. Not Bryce's favorite character.
Oh, he was on my list. I was gonna pick him last, though. I didn't think you guys would pick him.
That's one of my favorite movies to watch.
I didn't think you guys would pick him, so he was in my last spot.
Nope, high on
Go-
my list.
I mean, I wrote down 7 guys, and I can get all 7 of mine because you guys haven't picked any of them. So who do I just go with to see if I can? I'm gonna go Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Damn it, that was my next pick.
I passed on him for the catcher. The catcher makes the movie, not him.
No, Benny the Jet is a baseball player, true baseball player.
Sure.
And then I'm my next one I'm gonna take Jack Elliott, Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck. Guys, movies you guys never. I got my last one. It's probably one. It's a Yankee that none of you probably ever heard of.
No idea.
Go ahead, Josh.
Not a clue.
Yeah,
What is it?
Turn, Josh.
go ahead. I'll get. We can
Oh,
come
I'm
back
up.
to me.
Going Willie Mays Hayes for Major League.
I almost took that one too.
So funny in that movie. So dumb.
All right.
Oh, I love that movie.
You got 2, Bryce.
Then I have one more after that too. Still, don't I?
No.
No, you've already said 2, right? You said 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you went first and then had a
All right.
double.
I'm gonna take Squints from The Sandlot.
Yep.
I wanted
Okay.
Squints and Ham is who I wanted. Because whenever he makes out with that lifeguard, it's legendary. All right, and then Josh is gonna be pissed about my last one because
You're done.
No, he's
I
got
have
one more.
I have one more
How did Bryce go first?
He got 1.
because I
Then
don't
went
pick
double.
forever.
And then now he's
you-
going double again.
That's 5, dumbass. You just counted it on
we
your
are picking
hand.
5. I'm thinking 4. Oh man, I gotta go again.
My 5th one, Josh is gonna hate. I'm going Joe Cooper from the movie Basketball.
That's not a baseball movie, but
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
I see it.
Gosh.
Argue a wall. It's a baseball movie.
Top 5 funniest movies I've ever watched, by the way.
All right, who's yours, Josh? You're 5th.
I don't know his name. From Major League, the guy that has the rituals in his locker.
Serrano?
Yes. Him.
Didn't know.
I couldn't remember his name. I didn't feel like looking it up. It's been a long time
Jeez.
since I watched that movie. I just love his rituals in his locker. I have a bobblehead of it, by the way, of him. The bobblehead that he has in his locker.
You have that bobblehead
Yeah, it's in my car.
with the cigarette one?
Yes. How awesome is that?
Jeez. And my last one, I know you've never heard of it. Steve Nebraska.
Your names were on my list that I had, but I've never seen those movies. So.
You've never seen Steve Nebraska? He's a Yankee. He plays as a. It's called The Scout. It's
No.
he
You know, I
throws
watched-
one game, throws a perfect game, 27 up, 27 down.
I watched a perfect game, 27 up, 27 down. It was Domingo Herman, and then he beat the shit out of his wife the next night.
I'm talking about a movie.
I almost picked the dog from the Sandlot whenever he took the catcher from me.
The dog from the Sandlot.
Yeah,
I can't believe you took straight comedy movies.
that's all
Yeah,
I watched.
I took straight baseball movies and
All of my favorite sports movies, besides like one of them, are comedy sports movies. Coach Carter is like the only serious one that I
That
actually
is a
like.
great movie.
Coach what? Carter.
Coach Carter.
That's a good movie.
It's all right.
My other favorite sports movies are like Little Giants, The Longest Yard, stuff like that.
Hoosiers. Huh?
Nah,
Roy, have you watched a movie since the turn of the decade?
Yeah.
no.
I didn't know because you've
There's
never
sports
named
movies
one.
are the sports movies. All the good ones are back.
Not that far back. I don't like black and white movies.
These aren't black and white movies.
Yeah, they are.
The only recent good sports movie I've seen is the one with Adam Sandler, where he goes overseas and gets that guy.
Hustle.
Hustle, yeah.
That movie sucks too.
That was a
okay.
good movie.
I like the story. I just wish there was a little.
I figured
bit
you'd say
more-
Waterboy because that's about what you
That
go
is a great
with.
movie, but that's not a recent movie. That movie's 20 years old, Roy.
Yeah, I know.
Hit the like button. Subscribe.
Tell us who had the better group of
Wait,
players.
One of our listeners are going to know who you're talking about.
Roy, you better come to play next week on the podcast.
Why?
It's the AL East. Peace. We'll see you
I know
next
it's
week.
Central next week.
Nope. Central's last.
All
We're
right.
on the East next week. Peace.
Peace.
Yep.
All right.